one thing. When you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't fret. I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. And bum 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 bum. Hello and welcome to ERL Round 5 here in UAE, also known as Abu Dhabi, here in Yas Marina circuit. This is going to be hopefully a thrilling race, a very tough track with 16 corners. We've got obviously turn 1, where obviously in 2021 in real life, Lewis Hamilton got a very quick start going into that corner. Then you got a proceed going through a very long S kind of section, which it goes turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and then you brake for used to be a chicane, then hairpin, but now just a little swoop hairpin down a extremely long, I think, back straight, which is also a DRS zone, obviously, and then you brake for a chicane known as the turn 7 and 6, 6 and 7. Then when you leave the chicane, you obviously get a little kink, and that is counted as a corner, which is turn 8, and then you go right down into turn 9 again, just like turn 5, a swoop, and then you go into a more kind of blocky section, you can say, because it's like only like 45, 90, 180 degree corners, but that's been fixed. So obviously turn 10 is a bit kink, turn 11 is a bit of a kink, and then turn 12 you slow right down. After that you go into turn 13, which used to be a bit tighter, now it's less tighter. Then you go into turn 14, which again, where Latifi foiled it, costing Hamilton the championship. And then you go into turn 15, a quick fast right-hander. Just be careful not to invalidate. And then into the far corner, down the straight. So let's also get into the track facts. So, as you might know, obviously, that the first Abu Dhabi circuit was at the first time when it was held. No, this isn't good facts. What the hell? Oh, there we go. The Yas Marina circuit is actually one of the most technology advanced racing circuits in the world. It also was the most expensive to build, with an estimated construction cost of $1 billion US dollars. The track is 5.5 kilometers long, 3.5 miles, with 16 turns. The average lap, don't really know that, because this is old. But then top speeds can reach to 317 kilometers an hour, with average speeds of 198. The pit lane exit crosses under the circuit, so part of the pit lane is below ground. Drivers have over 70 garages in 2 pit buildings, making it a superior circuit for drivers. The Yas Marina circuit can hold up to 50,000 spectators. There are 4 grandstands in total, and each is covered and shaded to protect race fans from the desert sun. This is the only covered seating F1 circuit, which helps it to make it one of the best facilities in the world for spectators. The circuit features a 12-story, 499 luxury resort hotel over the race circuit. The 5-star hotel is called the Yas Vickery Abu Dhabi Hotel, and it forms a bridge over the it's over the turn 13, in between turn 13 and 14. And the hotel is the first hotel to be built over an F1 circuit. I mean, obviously. Although only 10 minutes over from the airport, the Yas Marina circuit was built on an island obviously in Abu Dhabi, which also happens to be the world's richest city, and Yas is one of 200 islands, is one island of the 200 that form the capital. The circuit has a VIP tower that sits at the start-finish line, called the Sun Tower. It is 60 meters high and affords its guests a luxurious and panoramic view of the entire racetrack and surrounding features. Yeah, and that's that. Hello, Lennon. No Mercedes drivers again this race. That's happened for like the second time I've been commentating. And there's a car out, and that's TBRL Kieran in the Alfa Romeo. Here in round 5. Kieran's is the first to go out on this track, and also Samaz, Aiden, MCFC, Jackaroo have also gone out on this track. So yeah, JDM's also going out. The rest are in the garage. There's a bit of mix-up between Samas and the two AlphaTauris here. So AlphaTauri, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo both have their driver duo for this Grand Prix. Jeez. But anyway, Kieran is going to about slowly but surely start his lap time, and Jensen is now going to go out on track. Kieran, around the final corner, shall kick off his lap time. And now into turn 1 goes TBRL Kieran. It goes down to gear 4, and then slowly but surely you make your way through the S's. Don't be careful to not fling yourself over those two curbs that's over there, which can also invalidate your lap time. Into the hairpin now. There's a yellow flag at sector 1, and it's Samaz, who's now been disqualified for blocking the pit lane as Twiggy Casey makes his way out. So Samaz cannot set the lap time. And then there's the yellow flag again, I think being Kinetic Forge. But TBRL Kieran makes his way in gear 7 down the straight, DRS open, and then there's a driver ahead of him. I believe that is a Jensen, but I'm not sure. It could be Eski, but you never know. Oh, there's a yellow flag again, and that's TBRL Kieran's teammate, JDM. And now into the next corner. You just don't want to hit that wall there. And now into the final corner. No invalidation, no mistakes. He's gonna cross the line and set a 124.24 to 124.0. Jackaroo is next, makes his way around the final corner, doesn't invalidate it. I don't think any mistakes. He's gonna cross the line, and it's a 126.7. Jensen is out. He has crashed at the pit lane exit, so he can't stay in a lap either. And Jackaroo also has spun. And Twiggy starts his lap. Eskimo Jim. So JDM, not on a proper lap, I don't think. So the next best is Twiggy. Let's watch Twiggy going into turn 5. A nice little hairpin where a Red Bull sent it on a Mercedes to win a championship in 2021, which caused F1 Twitter to plume into flames. And then Twiggy makes his way round into turn 6, into turn 7. You have to completely perfect those corners if you really want to get a good lap in, and he's done just that. Down the straight now, going into the hairpin. What is going to be the lap to set for Twiggy? He goes a bit wide going into the hairpin. He goes a bit wide, so that's not ideal. He's now going slowly. I think he's given up on his lap after that mistake. Eski is hopefully on a lap, but he's spun round. Eski has spun round at turn 9. And that's Eski's lap, foiled away. And that's MCFC spinning as well. Anyway, Twiggy goes into the pits. Eski spins again, I think. Oh, okay, here's he spins. Hopefully he doesn't spin through here, because then he becomes Nicholas Latifi. He nearly did. He nearly did. So So no one really... Okay. So Aiden's about to start his lap time. As he dashes into turn 15. And he's about to go pedal. He's gone pedal to the metal. Down the straight now. This is TBRL Aiden's lap. Let's go on board. Going into turn 1. And that was the tower I was talking about. Over there at the back of behind that wall. Going now into turn 2. There's Eski. Yellow flags. He's spun at turn 2. He's rear wing into the wall. And now into turn 5. No, sorry, that was turn 3, my bad. But anyway, Aiden makes his way down the straight with DRS. Let's go now into broadcast cam. Around the next couple of corners, what is Aiden going to set? There's a yellow flag again. An Alpha Tauri's round, that's MCFC, and then there's an Alfa Romeo, I believe of JDM with him. But let's ignore that and let's go back onto Aiden, and Eski's spun round again. Aiden, no mistakes going into turn 15 now. There's no mistakes to be made around the final corner, and it's going to be a 1:23.7, and he goes to the top, pushing down Kieran. And that's Eski spinning round. And so is Twiggy. And JDM makes his way. And Eski spun on pit lane. And true. Kinetic Forge is going to make his way out. So JDM has started his lap time through into turn 1. You gotta make no mistakes through these corners. Let's go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver, his teammate in P2, 3/10 behind first place. But then JDM purple sector 1. He has nailed the S section. He's nailed turn 1. But he goes wide into turn 5. Luckily no invalidation. I don't think that was any time gained, and probably that's why. But down the straight now, going into the turn 6 and 7 chicane. He masters the apex there, masters the apex then. No, he goes over it, and that's invalidated. And there was a bollard stuck underneath his car. Aiden in pits. Kieran is now out on track. 553 thousandths of a second behind on his sector 1. Down the straight now, there is a Alfa Romeo ahead of him. That's his teammate JDM. Lets him by, going into turn 9. Then he's going to swoop round and then into turn 10. What can he set? And you have to really master these corners as well. Unlike Nicholas Latifi. Goes wide there, luckily no invalidation. TBRL Kieran. Going slowly. What's happened there? He's gone into the pits. But anyway, Kinetic Forge has now started his lap time. Let's go on board. He's already gone one into turn 1. No invalidation, luckily. Don't spin. Don't spin. That's probably what's going through his mind right now. What is going on ahead of him? Eski just absolutely comes back on the circuit. Absolutely dangerously. That should be a penalty to Eski. Now that's ruined Kinetic Forge's lap. And that's, I believe, Aiden. No, that's MCFC behind him. But Eski boy should be given a penalty for that. That has been not great driving, you should be noticing Kinetic Forge approaching rapidly. Yeah, there he goes. JDM obviously skips that corner, he really wants to start a proper lap. And who's going to come out of this train? Twiggy's making his way round. He's going to be the first one to set a lap out of this kind of group. Now currently on track. But Twiggy spun at the exit of turn 15 and that is not good. He needs to quickly... Oh my goodness, there's an approaching Esky coming! And that was dangerous. Some dangerous driving going on. MCFC 4th with an improper lap. But Twiggy makes his way around the S's and has crashed. And he's not out, that's just a tyre in broadcast cam. Does he have any damage? We can't see. Luckily he doesn't. Alright, Kinetic Forge has now started his proper lap, hopefully. Makes his way round into turn 2 and then into turn 3. This is very good driving from Kinetic Forge. Last time he got that lap ruined by Esky because Esky just came out on circuit at the wrong time. But Kinetic streams down the straight. He can see Twiggy ahead of him. Twiggy's probably gonna let him through. I mean, he should. Diving into turn 7 and turn 6 and 7. Yep. Twiggy jeers off the track just to let him. Oh, he's just absolutely pedal to the metal. Kinetic Forge down the straight. DRS flap open. And don't make no mistakes here. Twiggy spun ahead of him. That may. Oh, and that's. I mean, I don't want to say that's put any pressure on him, but he has invalidated his lap by going off the track. But Kieran didn't get invalidation after turn 13 when he went wide. So, and that's Twiggy spinning again. That's MCFC round, who went P3 actually. And Kieran's probably going to be the next one to turn up, or he's going to dive into the pits just to put on the last soft compound tyre. So all of these were soft tyre laps. And someone scraped through with a medium tyre lap. I wonder. But Kieran's about to start his lap. Yellow flag at the exit of turn 9. That is most likely that is MCFC. And the McLaren Esky is out on track. Just left the pit lane. Should be going out of the way for Kieran. And he does do that. He's gonna dive like a dolphin into turn 6, into turn 7, and he's mastered those corners perfectly. A bit of rear, a bit of spin, nearly a spin there, but luckily saved. And then down the straight goes into turn 9. It's purple sector 2 and 44 thousandths quicker. You can just tell, even though the 2 laps. If we ever put them line by line, they will be so similar. But anyway, into the next corner. It's no mistakes. Can he defeat Aiden's lap? crosses the line. He does by 64 thousandths of a second. Let's see where Jim started his lap time, but JDM maybe. Or he's on his out lap. The game's just glitched like that sometimes. MCFC is retired from 3rd place. I mean, he's probably going to move up places. Classic 4 just lagged out in the pit lane. He may not even make it to the race. But anyway, JDM on a lap, but the next man to set a lap is Eski, who's, according to the game, has set purple sector 2, which I don't believe. But going into the, I mean, it's probably a glitch, because most of them are glitches, but I don't know. But through into the next corner, what is Eski's first lap, first proper lap as well? What is it going to be? He's going to cross the line and go 4th fastest at 1:25.9, and then Twiggy behind him has started his lap time, and that's Jackaroo. Round at turn 9. Aiden has gone even quicker lap than Kieran, and then JDM behind, and then JDM I think behind. No, my mistake. Yeah, that was Kieran. Sorry, JDM goes P3. I had to wait till the notification gets out of the way. Kinetic Forge is back in the lobby just in time. So, oh, Twiggy's retired at turn 1 or 2. That's entry turn 2, exit turn 1. So so now Eski can improve his lap time. So down the straight, DRS flap, you can see it open, and then he's 75,000 slower on his second sector. There's a yellow flag, that's just Aiden going slowly. Eski through this corner, through that corner. He's hopefully going to improve his lap time. What is the lap going to be? Swoops round into turn 16. It looks like an improvement. He crosses the line. It's 2/10 slower. So he stays P5, and he's going to get P5 this race. JDM's invalidated, but Kieran is not going to send that proper lap. Neither is Aiden. JDM's a spun. There's no way he's going to spin into the pit lane. What is he going to do? Okay, he's yeah. So we just wait for Aiden as he crosses the line now, and then the session is over. TBRL Aiden is on pole for this Grand Prix. Don't fret. I don't ever want to see you, and I never want to meet you again. Don't fret. One thing. When you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't fret. I don't ever want to see you, and I never want to meet you again. When I'm looking without, we'll lay down, went over and over again. Don't fret. Don't fret. I don't ever want to see you, and I never want to meet you again. Think it's all they wanna see. Then just sit there. So we're gonna go into the race. What are we here to expect? Great racing. No. And the formation lap is underway. So, this is going to be hopefully a great race here. We're going to have 29 laps of action. So these drivers slowly get to the grid. This is how the grid will look like today. So it's TBRL Aiden on pole, TBRL Kieran in second, JDM in third, MCFC in fourth, Eski in fifth, Jackaroo in sixth, Kinetic Forge in seventh, Twiggy in eighth, Jensen in ninth, and then Samad in 10th. This is hopefully going to be a great race here in ERL. And it's JDM and Kinetic Forge sent back to the grid, so that's not ideal. Aiden with a very... Aiden with a very interesting parking, and MCFC you can say. And then there's finally Jackaroo. Who masters it? Yeah, he does. But anyway, here we go racing. It's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. It's a great start for Kieran and Esky Boy Jim going into turn 1. It's Kieran that leads, and then there's someone going wide. That's Samaz going wide into turn 1. The Williams has gone wide. Jackaroo's and Jensen is round, and so is Samaz. Samaz has crashed. Oh! Jackaroo's out, and it's gone to a virtual safety car. Samaz and MCFC with penalties. What a start to this Grand Prix. We've had a crash, a couple spins, a crash that doesn't, there isn't, okay, never mind. I was about to say something, but then, yeah, I forgot. So hopefully the virtual safety car gets back underway. So a couple drivers in the pits, that's Twiggy, MCFC and Samaz, and we're back underway for this Grand Prix, and it's again a great pull away from Kieran, and now JDM is going to try and get a move around the outside on TBRL Aiden. The switchback of dreams, and hold on, did I see a raindrop? Or was I just tripping? But Aiden is not going to send it down the inside. He's just going to wait till JDM does a mistake, and it's Twiggy is out. He has crashed at the same place that Samaz had spawned. There he is, yeah. Samaz has already gotten a track limits penalty, and JDM side by side the two Alfa Romeos. Is JDM ahead? Yes, he is. And there's a yellow flag, and that is Jensen round at turn 9. He shouldn't be panicking anyway. He's MCFC is still far behind, sorry. And Kinetic Forge keeping the gap to Eski, and he sets the fastest lap as DRS is now enabled. Kinetic Forge with a lap and a half, and Jensen is round again. And then now here comes MCFC. Back to the action. Eski and Kinetic Forge. Kinetic Forge sends it down the inside with the purple sector 1. He throws. I think he runs Eski out of room, but Kinetic Forge is ahead of Eski. Lovely move. Now TBRL Kieran on board with the driver. Jensen back in the pit lane, so he's now down to last. We already have 2 DNFs and 3 laps. But anyway, Kieran and JDM Forsey was going to do this end. Is he going to go deep? Luckily not. For JDM, luckily not. Going into turn 10, dashing into turn 11, and then underneath that and through into the hotel section. Can Kieran pounce onto JDM and regain that lead that he had since turn 1 on lap 1? And Kinetic Forge sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix thanks to JDM. Setting one even quicker than Kinetic Forge's prior one. So Eski's now slowly falling back away from Kinetic Forge, and now MCFC slowly gaining. The yellow flag. That's Samaz. Oh, okay. I literally, the moment I got to him, I saw flashbacks. And there's a yellow flag again, and that's Jensen around at the exact same spot. Aiden's trying to push towards Kieran, and then Kieran trying to push it towards JDM. JDM just jeers to the right and goes down the inside to TBRL Kieran. And this is why JDM went through. If the switchback of dreams on, maybe it's not switchback anymore. It's just the Uno reverse card. They still go side by side. Clean racing here into turn 13. Well, a bit of touch, and Jensen has retired from the session, and that's pulled out the full safety car. And Kieran immediately dives to the pits. The rest stay out. And Jensen has left the sesh. Into turn 2. Now I can need to go and do something. I am back, and we're still not on the way yet. We're probably going to go on the way this lap or next lap. Yep, we're staying out for one more lap. MCFC in the pits. Interesting. I'm having a cheeky hot chocolate. Oh, it's immersive. Safety car is ending. We're about to go back underway here. But when is Kieran going to fire away? Twiggy has left. But we're about to go back underway here. And Kieran has fired off into the distance, and it's lights out. Well, safety car in the pits, and away we go. And it's already JDM already threatening Aiden going into turn 2, and JDM has sent it down the inside. Eski, can he follow? I guess he can't. I mean, I think Kinetic Forge has snuck past all of them. And there's a bit of collision between Samaz and Eski going down the straight, and MCFC, there's even more clearer contact. And Eski again, this is feeling like USA, but this time there hasn't gone to Stroll and Alonso dying. Not actually dying, but yeah. And then they're going now down the straight, Kinetic Forge and Eski side by side, and Eski slips behind. And it's currently an Alfa Romeo 1-2 here. May spice things up here in ERL. Hold on. after Saudi Arabia, it was Kieran and JDM. So this fight for the championship, if JDM overtakes Kieran, they are tied on points. And Alfa Romeo will extend their championship lead, as Alpine aren't racing today. And then there aren't any more fights further down the grid, as it looks like. Down the straight, JDM, can he draw the championship lead? No, he can't. And also, looking at that, let's look at fastest lap. No, Kinetic Forge has that. Clear. Oh. And then into the next corner, and then if we ever could, we could have compared speeds, which could have been fun. Can only do this, but then we can't track the same at the same time, pace at the same time. But anyway, down the straight now, Kinetic Forge on board here. Can he send it down the inside? No, he can't. And as it stands, DRS is now back on. I was about to say something, but never mind. No one wants to slip up, and that is for certain. They make their way around. They streamline it down the straight. DRS flap open for Aiden and Kinetic Forge. They're on equal pace. And CBRL Kieran defending and defending. But JDM is going to sneak it the long way round. And they're down the inside. Is it going to work? They've nearly collided into each other. And then Aiden with DRS. And also, can JDM fight back? And this time, it is the move done. JDM takes the lead, but goes deep, and Kieran takes back. Hards versus mediums. And then down the inside. And Kieran absolutely kind of cuts off JDM there. I'm liking this camera angle. This is lovely battling. Look at this. The top 5 all bunched together. Less than a second separates all of them. Can JDM finally gain and overtake TBRL Kieran here? This is absolutely beautiful racing from these drivers. Down the straight, on board with JDM. Can he do it this time? Oh, keep pressing the wrong buttons. Can't do it, and there's a tap from behind, and that's Aiden. Aiden's now just sent JDM down to 4th. And now Kieran's gonna run away. And then into the next corner, they're gonna. Kinetic Forge needs to have his speed at adequate through, and then Aiden's gonna dive to the pit lane. So JDM's back up into P3, but now there's a new driver to challenge TBRL Kieran for the lead, and that is Kinetic Forge. And then Kinetic Forge nearly having a little little jump there. Now going into turn 5. TBRL Aiden in the pits. I already said that. He's going to be ahead of Salas, so that's always a key thing. AlphaTauri not doing the best in the championship. I don't think, at least. Let's quickly check that out. Yeah, AlphaTauri haven't scored any points, as it looks like. Because Aiden and MCFC, are they in AlphaTauri or are they in Alpine? But anyway, MCFC with a penalty. And now Kinetic Forge is going to battle TBRL Kieran. Is he going to send it down the inside? He can't find the gap to do so. And then into the next corner. And JDM and MCFC are in the pit lane. So Eski's now jumped to a podium place. Both McLarens with 0 points after Saudi Arabia. They did the other McLaren. No, Jensen did score points. 20 after Australia. But anyway, Kinetic Forge and TBRL Kieran are battling it out again. Going down the straight, DRS flap open for Kinetic Forge. The same thing happened to JDM, but he just couldn't overtake him. But can Kinetic Forge overtake him? Around the outside, he's going to be forced to go the long way around. And the switchback won't work. It's just going to be a regular move by now. Oh, look at the speed! Channeled by Kinetic Forge, and MCFC and Samaz having a little battle here. It's just Samaz conceding DRS and that. But now Samaz is going to have DRS on him. TBRL Kieran starts lap 15 out of 29. Lovely driving from these lot. This is the closest battle we've had so far since the previous JDM v TBRL Kieran fight. But then Aiden murdered it. No offense, Aiden. Just, you murdered a beautiful fight. TBRL Kieran and Kinetic Forge barreling it into turn 6. No contact made, which is surprising, because usually these two make contact when fighting. So down the straight now, is DRS gonna work for Kinetic Forge? He's gonna try and go around the outside. Again, he's being forced to go the long way around, which isn't ideal for him, because the only way pretty much is the inside way. Through into turn 13, and then quickly and swiftly into turn 14. Kinetic Forge is trying to keep his gap, because he wants to get those DRS, that DRS for the 2 DRS straights. That is basically 1 DRS straight, 1 DRS straight, and there's just 2 corners splitting them apart. And Aiden and Eski also barreling it. I mean, Eski's dropped back. He must have spun, and Ninja's never noticed it. But Kieran is now under much threat from Kinetic Forge, because Kinetic Forge with DRS is absolutely deadly. But he can't get past him for the last couple of times, and there's a yellow flag, and that's MCFC round the entry of the final corner. And Kinetic Forge, look at that! He's trying left, right, he just can't get to Kieran. Kinetic Forge goes to the right. He's going to go around the outside again. It's not going to work out for him. And MCFC spun again. Now at turn 5. The exit at turn 5. And Eski's got his first penalty of the day. And they still fight. And now it's lap 17. 13 laps to go. Is this fight is going to go for the whole race? I mean, it's 16 lap old hards against 11 lap old mediums. The mediums you can slowly start to see a line on that front right and front left. How about the backs? You can't see any lines there, but I can spot a small little difference between on the right left. JDM's made the move on Eski. And there's a yellow flag again. It's MCFC again. Those tyres are really blundering him. And Kieran, I think, has been forced into a mistake. And Kinetic Forge is now going to go pedal to the metal down the straight into turn 9. Is he going to try and keep the inside line? Once again, he's going to go the long way around. Is he going to work this time? They go side by side. Is the switchback going to work? They're keeping together. The two, the Alfa Romeo and the Aston Martin are just very close to each other throughout this race. These laps just going very swiftly right now. And Kieran and Kinetic Forge both dive into the pit lane. Who's going to have the better pit stop? Because here it relies on pit stops. And now Aiden is actually going to be taking the lead on 4 lap old mediums. Fresh new mediums has now brought him to the lead. And who's going to get the better pit stop? And Kieran is still ahead. And now Eski Boy Jim and JDM's appeared. JDM's ahead of TBRL Kieran, and it's absolutely diabolical scenes. JDM is now ahead of Kieran, but he needs to get to first place somehow, so then he can lead the championship. Because right now that championship gap is only going to be shortened to 4 points. And now Kinetic Forge and TBRL Kieran on very new, fresh tyres. So is MCFC, but I don't think he's going to make the comeback. And it's Samaz round at the entry of turn 16, exit of turn 15. And TBRL Kieran is now in the chase to overtake JDM and hopefully extend that gap in the championship. If Aiden spins, that's just a if. Maybe even crashes out. That's gonna mean unless one of them gets a faster lap, it's a safety car. It is a safety car. So Kieran and Kinetic Forge have pit at the, I don't know if that's correct, at the correct time. Kinetic Forge has gone back into the pits. Eski Boy Jim's gone into the pits and he's overshot by about 3 kilometers an hour. So TBRL Aiden is going to be leading the Grand Prix from the restart, and JDM and TBRL Kieran on the fresher tyres behind him. And SH4 has gone to 5 lap old mediums, so the rest have probably been used up. "11 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and we've got this is our second safety cars. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and we're back underway. JDM is actually ahead of TBRL Kieran, and Kinetic Forward is trying to slip past, but he can't get to it. How have we restarted with MCFC and Samas a mile away? I don't know. But Kieran has taken the lead ahead of JDM. And now, but JDM's going to regain the lead this time. This time he can take the lead. After last time where they were fighting and fighting, SDNF. That's probably why the safety car came out and Kieran's overtaken him. And Kinetic Forward follow? JDM's pulled to the right. Can't get to it. Oh, TBRL Aiden snuck by Kinetic Forge after Kinetic Forge going deep. 10 laps to go, and the two Alfa Romeos are throwing themselves at it. What can they do here? Now Aiden is now really close to JDM. JDM is slipping away from Kieran, and he's falling back into Aiden. It's not looking good for JDM if he really wants to regain that tie in the championship. And Aiden pulls out to the left. He's got the ERS, and so does JDM. Doesn't have it on though. He needs to use it. And Aiden, oh that's Kieran. Jesus, pressed the wrong button. But JDM has fallen behind Aiden. And Samuels has gotten a 3-second penalty, and Kinetic Forge has gone past JDM, and this is the last thing he was hoping for. Kinetic Forge and has gone wide, and JDM is back in the podium places. The Kinetic Forge now trying to regain that position. JDM needs to catch up to Aiden. He needs to get that P2. Into the last corner. DRS enabled this lap. And JDM's fallen out of DRS range. The only fun we're now going to have is JDM versus Kinetic Forge. Kinetic Forge was fighting Kieran, but now he's going to fight his teammate. Through the S section. Going now down into turn 5. Kinetic Forge goes wide on the outside. And he's going to try and swoop round past JDM. And that has not worked, but they're still going side by side. On board here with Kinetic Forge. It's nearly come to contact. So with Kinetic Forge and JDM is now under attack again. He's got no DRS. And Aiden is closing the gap on Kieran. He's now in DRS range. And around the outside Kinetic Forge, can he make it count this time? No, he can't. Yes, he can. With a beautiful exit, Kinetic Forge is up into P3. JDM really needs to regain that pace that he had at the start of this race. 6 laps to go. Into the next corner and then into the next corner. This just keeps on going. Down the inside. And JDM has done a Verstappen-like-esque move on Kinetic Forge. And also TBRL Aiden pushing and also attacking TBRL Kieran. Fighting for P1. then is JDM gonna get ahead of Kieran? Not Kieran. JDM's gonna stay ahead of Kinetic Forge. I've really screwed up my sentence there before that. But Kieran fighting for the first place. He really wants to keep that gold medal. He really wants that gold trophy. And now we're going to go 5 laps left in this Grand Prix. Anything can still happen. Whew. These two are just going to barrel it into turn 5. It is MCFC. And that's a yellow flag, and that is MCFC round at the Nicholas Tiffy exit. Aiden, go to the right. DRS, and he can't make the move. MCFC has dived into the pit lane. And the two drivers behind them, JDM and Kinetic Forge, also fighting. MCFC has gone with the soft compound tyre for the last 5 remaining laps. He wants to get that fastest lap. He wants to steal away from Kinetic Forge. Into the final corner now. Final corners, I meant. These two are just going to barrel it out into every single corner, and that's Kieran round. Kieran has done a 360, so he's still somewhat close to Aiden, but Kieran has spun. He just rode on the curb a bit too much and just spun. Controversy, well, not really controversy, but fighting grooms these two drivers now. It's the only fight we're gonna have, I think, on circuit. But it's JDM versus Kinetic Forge down the straight. Kinetic Forge has got the DRS, and both of them have run out of ERS. And Kinetic Forge has pulled to the left. He's pulled to the right. And is the move gonna make? Is he gonna make the move? JDM's still there though. Now he's got the DRS just in time, and he's gonna swoop round ahead of Kinetic Forge. Through into the next corner, and it's a yellow flag again, and that's Samaz. I think letting by, but I don't know. Well, Samaz has got a broken front wing, and Kinetic Forge has got a penalty. No, and that's the fight over. That is the fight over for Kinetic Forge. I think we've got the podium already shown in front of our eyes. Unless Kinetic Forge goes Super Saiyan and builds a 3-second gap to JDM. Somehow overtakes him first. There's blue flags for Samaz. Just jeers out of the way and lets the two by. But anyway, as they go down into turn 9, I think we've going into lap 20, about to go into lap 28. MCFC, like I said, was going for the fastest lap, and he's got that fastest lap. Let's just watch these two, even though I know they've got penalties, let's still watch these two fight for P3 on track. No matter what, I think JDM is going to get P3. Aiden's got the best compound, the best pretty much at the moment. The most compound side that's literally currently the best so far because he's used it the least. As it's only been alive for 8 laps, he's only been used it. So it's basically equivalent to a 12 lap old hard, I'm pretty sure. So let's see the penalties. Let's see the penalties. Wow, 24 seconds. That's something you don't really see in a race. That's something you don't want to see in a racing league, especially if you're the driver with the amount of penalties. And JDM slowly skips away from Kinetic Forge, and there's the yellow flag, and that's MCFC round. It's Kinetic Forge and JDM, even they still want to fight it on paper, and it's 27 seconds for Samaz. And then through into the next corner, and then into the next corner. These two are just fighting and fighting. The final lap is underway, and TBRL Aiden will probably win this Grand Prix. If only if Kieran didn't spin. If only Kieran didn't spin, we would have had a showdown for first till the end. Kieran's definitely kicking himself, and what a send! That hasn't gone to plan for Kinetic Forge. And now he still just attacks and attacks. Can he do it? Can he get it on paper? Not on paper, on track. Can he still get the podium on track? He won't get the podium overall, but can he still get it on track anyway? But TBRL, Sam has now got a 10-second penalty, which gives him 37, and that's MCFC round again. Kinetic Forge, the moment I go away from him, has actually overtaken JDM. But now we're rounding turn 14 into turn 15. He sees his teammate letting him by, but around the final corner, TBRL Aiden wins in Abu Dhabi. The fireworks go booming. TBRL Kieran comes home in second place, and JDM and Kinetic Forge, after an amazing fight, get third and fourth. And then finally Samaz gets P6. What a race. So I don't know if I can interview or not. So yeah. Yeah. I am back, and I still don't know. Can I do interviews? Until I get a response. I guess not. So goodbye stream, and see you later, ERL.